Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a question for you all today. Do you think you'll be holding crypto for the next 5 years or even more? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. And damn guys, I don't want to say it too loud, but I have upstairs neighbors now in this apartment because we're in Greece, and holy smokes, these guys are loud. With moving everything around. So if you hear any background noise, just know it ain't me dropping stuff. It is those up above. All right, it is those. Hopefully they kind of heard that, but kind of not. All right. So XRP lawsuit. Why was Hinman's deposition pushed? A couple of people have actually been wondering what exactly happened and why it all did. So I don't want to go too far into it. Just a quick summary. There was a dispute about whether or not Ripple could actually talk with William Hinman. Ripple wanted it, the SEC said no. The judge, however, ruled in Ripple's favor, yet with the date set, which was already like 3 weeks after the original date, there was still a little bit of an issue about what questions Ripple could really ask him, and the SEC thought Ripple would have a double deposition in mind, which means he depose him once, then figure out some issues about privilege, basically what you can ask him, and then ask him a second time. The judge said we don't want that. SEC said we don't want that. Ripple said we don't want that. So right now they're figuring out some variables basically, and then they'll be questioning him. So the 27th is now the spot. It's going to depend though. It can still actually be moved depending on whether or not they can come to a conclusion about what they should ask. And as it currently stands, Ripple and the SEC both have agreed that they don't need the judge to set some parameters. However, things might change. You never know. It could be that they don't really agree with them anymore, with each other, because this is like the first time that they wholeheartedly agreed on what to do. So I find that really peculiar. Then again, it's not something we can change or have any influence over. I just wanted to quickly make sure you guys understood. So the 27th, they're going to be asking him questions, and we do not and cannot know exactly what is allowed to be asked. We, of course, want to know about the whole Ethereum debacle, and I think, prediction, that the majority of the outside things surrounding the speech will be able to be asked, but the speech itself is the question at hand, and we shall see. Then guys, I'm going to recommend you all to check out the Bybit competition. A link is down below. I've talked about it 100 times now, but there's still a couple of days left, so check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. There's 140 people who have entered already, and all you need is to have 300 XRP in your account. You don't have to send this to somebody, you just need to have it. Make sure you used one of my links to enter or to become a member of the, I guess, exchange, depending on how you look at it, and trade for $100 worth. And it's kind of funny, but I maybe even think now that only a couple of people have entered, because look at this. All right, in the top 10, there's still people with only 0 point something % worth of profit. It's a trading competition, and these guys, you can see how much money they're going to be winning here on the right. These guys here are the best traders out of the entire 140 people bunch. That basically means that the best of the best that these guys could do is get 0.5% profit, which is pretty funny, right? Theoretically speaking, half of the people here will be able to get a higher status than at least this, because if you go long or you go short, for example, you're going to get some result. And these guys, I think, are just satisfied because they're in the top 10, which is why they don't trade more than that. But again, right now, you still have a good shot. Maybe becoming first is going to be difficult, but it could still happen. He can still come down. You don't know if they have a trade open or not. Make sure you enter. Make sure you try it. If you are a trader, it is worth it because of the huge rewards. It's about a percentage, by the way. You don't have to make millions of dollars to actually get in there. You could literally make $100 and boom, win maybe like 1,000 or more. Who knows? So it is worth it to try it out. All right, then can Ripple Labs beat the SEC in court? Another question I get quite often is, can Ripple actually win or can they actually lose? Now, it's really simple to kind of explain that yes, of course, any lawsuit can be won or lost, and there's always a good chance of either. In this specific case here, though, there's way more positive than negative, meaning it's going to be pretty hard, pretty difficult for them to actually lose this unless something happens which we've never seen before. And that what I mean by that is that we get some sort of news that was not presented before and some opinion of another regulator of the US, something like that we've never seen. With the evidence that we currently have, I would not be able to understand any single reason why Ripple would lose it. And I would also say that if they do decide to, or end up losing, then I will definitely question the SEC in a broader world like this. I would definitely question their actions and integrity and all of those things, because is Ethereum going to be next? What crypto is going to be next? Every one of them? Like, what? Crypto is nothing anymore then if all things are going to be securities and all of a sudden face fines and sanctions. All right, then about Flare. I was too tired yesterday to give you guys a good update, man, but Flare is to update a Canary Network token to XRP holders, a little bit like Kusama for Polkadot. XRP holders who participated in the Flare Network snapshot will also be eligible to receive Songbird. And there's two things I want to say about this. One, how it works a little bit. And second, it's actually really difficult debate that you're going to have if you're talking about these tokens, these additional tokens like Canary Network token in this specific case here, or any additional token like the DFLR if it were not based on Flare itself, instead based on XRP. What I mean with that is that an exchange has a very difficult time deciding what airdrops to support and which ones not to. However, if they've committed to an airdrop, for example Flare, it is pretty difficult to, for example, not airdrop a Canary Network token like Songbird, or a, for example, other sort of utility token based upon the first airdrop. And so they have a little bit of a predicament. What if Flare were to actually airdrop 40 more tokens, right, for all the people that held XRP? Theoretically speaking, it could be the main proponent of their crypto, of their blockchain, I should say, or crypto, whatever they're going to do, depends, right? Maybe they have a new sort of system where they need 40 tokens to operate properly. Should every exchange accept it? Well, no, obviously not, because it's their own choice. But then again, since they committed to the airdrop, and that airdrop has to expand to become full service, to resurface itself, basically. It's such a difficult chore, such a difficult task about what airdrops really are. Because airdrops are basically like, hey, you want some free money? Here you go. And I'll make myself rich along the way. Because in the end of things, every airdrop token is really not that different than a mineable. However, the big difference, in my opinion, lies in the fact that you're making the founders almost instantly money. And with mining, even though they can allocate themselves something, if it's not pre-mined, they basically are going to have to put in the work that you could have done, but they were early. With airdrops, it's like, okay, we print money out of thin air, we give ourselves a huge chunk, and you get some for free. And because it's free, usually you don't end up having a problem, but that's also the thing for exchanges. They are now choosing, theoretically speaking, who becomes worth a lot. Like an exchange like Coinbase, if they were to accept all these airdrops, they basically be making the founders rich, because if the coin also gets available on Coinbase, that's always a big plus, right? So they have a really difficult and strict choice, because what if it's a really shitty token? They're not going to accept it, right? But who makes up that evaluation if a new coin like Songbird comes here? So yeah, I find it difficult to really put in there whether or not it can support that exchanges should accept this or give it to the people. Then again, if most exchanges are doing it, you don't want to be the odd one out, right? So that's again another argument, but let's quickly see. Okay, so anybody who had XRP in December is also going to be getting some Songbird. Only negative side for me is that I have like 10 times as much XRP as I had a year ago, so that's kind of annoying. But XRP holders who participated in the Spark Air snapshot will also be getting this. Flare Networks has announced a new airdrop as it plans to launch a Canary network called Songbird. In an announcement, the team said it would airdrop Songbird's native token SGB in the next 6 weeks. Flare aims to bring Ethereum-based smart contracts to various non-EVM compatible networks like the XP Ledger and a lot more. While the project is scheduled to go live in September 2021, the team is now planning to launch Songbird for security testing and experimentation, CEO and founder Hugo Filion confirmed in a blog post. Basically just a testnet for the main Flare. Filion described Songbird as an adversarial environment for live testing and bug discovery over the long term. According to the team, Songbird will be critical in testing the network's architecture along with core systems that include time series Oracle, the state connector, and F-asset system. Hugo further added that applications planned on Flare will be tested first on Songbird in an attempt to find and exploit bugs. In December 2020, Flare Network announced its network token Spark would be airdropped to all XP holders, and the same XP holders who participated in that snapshot would now be receiving some SGB. For every 1 XRP at the time of the snapshot, you'll be getting 0.15 SGB, which is again just the first part of the Flare airdrop as well. And Flare was incubated by Ripple's startup accelerator program Spring in November 2019, which is why Flare is also a Ripple sponsored project. If you're wondering how that works, Ripple has part in Flare. Ripple funded Flare, and so you saying Flare is completely independent, not the truth. A lot of these guys, I'm not sure if people are being promoted to talk about flair, if they're being paid to talk about it like that, because some people love it to the core as if it's the best thing in the world, even though it does make for compatibility with I guess because of Flare, XRP, and all those cryptos that are right now not EVM compatible, so not able to work on Ethereum with a sort of smart contract layer. They're getting one. I personally find it so difficult because you're making other people so wealthy in the process. Since it's a completely free thing, if they did the distribution differently, I would have been loving it, and I do like the utility cause of it. But there's so many questions in my mind that I can't fully get over it. I just can't. And the fact that Ripple pushed money into it also makes the difficult part about decentralization in that fact as well. People saying, "Oh yeah, but they're doing that. Flare is building this for XRP, and they're not." You can't really make that argument in court because it's being paid by Ripple. Because Spring is a part of Ripple, which got XRP from the pool, basically. It's all just, this Flare is funded by money out of the XRP pool that people didn't want to have Ripple to have, at least some people. I personally say Ripple should have it, but if they're spending on money on it like this, I guess it's only our right to be getting some Flare in return, because, well, it's literally just money out of the XRP pool in total, right? I mean, I don't know how to say it, but I'm a little bit of a hater, I guess you can call me. All right, Wrath of Kahneman also said it in a certain way. As of today, if you owned XRP, you could have additionally gained DFLR, Flare, and SGB, potentially drawing in value from all those different coins and even Ethereum as well. That's really quite astonishing. No. I mean, yeah, because if the utility kind of ramps up, it's going to be worth it, but I would not buy any Spark. No way. I would just use the coins I have and be happy with that. I would not buy anything. And a lot of people I've spoken to are actually saying they would rather sell rather than buy, right? Because it's free, everybody gets it for free, and they would just sell it piece by piece. A lot of people said they'll keep the first batch and then sell consecutively. Other people have said the exact opposite, sell the first batch and then keep it. I'm wondering if it's going to be more than 1 cent once it starts off. I would think no. Why? Well, because otherwise I should have definitely claimed more XRP. 1 cent is a lot for a free, completely free token, by the way. And people are claiming $1, $2, $4, $5. Because it happened on BITRUE, the $2 thing, doesn't mean it has to happen in the real world. And I just want to prepare you guys and be completely open and honest with you. I don't want you to have that expectation and then just be crushed, right? I'm always real, as you guys most likely know by now. Even about the Bybit competition, some people say, "Oh, he's trying to shady, he's promoting it." No. Once more, I did my best to get you guys a good deal here. And the deal basically meaning very low bar of entry. You only need 300 XRP in your net equity. You don't need to pay this to enter. You need it you need to have it in your account. Not in your spot, but in your derivatives account. Make sure you send it to your derivatives account if you didn't understand. And once more, the difficult part, or easy part, depending on how you look at it, is basically in what you get out of return, right? This number right here, 30,000 XP, I think is completely huge. Right now we are at 7,500. And that's the difficult part to get because theoretically speaking, they don't have anything to do. If they want to launch a competition, right, they don't have to do a lot because theoretically speaking, I would have just accepted whatever they put up there. But 30,000 XP I think is really cool. And I think I got a really good deal here to just win because there's no negative side to it. If you're a trader anyway, you can just make money. If you are a good trader, you make money definitely. Otherwise, well, what's the harm if you're going to trade something? What's the harm in it? It's risky because it's a leverage exchange. You can always lose money if you do a bad trade, of course. But if you were going to do it anyway, then why would you not enter? So it's mostly for those people. If you were going to trade something anyway, rather do it now that there's a competition because you can win something. And it's completely free because there's no extra cost of this. All right, then the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index at 10. Extreme fear right now. Yes. Extreme fear in the markets right now. Holy smokes. It's pretty damn funny to see, though, guys, how people are just panicking. Panic mode. Then Bitcoin recovers from sub 30,000 zone, but Peter Schiff has bearish warning for bulls. Peter Schiff believes that Bitcoin rallies above $30,000 may be short-lived. Whatever, man. Peter Schiff is the big bear. Timing not too great, right as it's breaking out. And then he says, let's see if it holds 30K. Rallies above 30K may now be resistance. Yeah, whatever. Sunday's GBTC unlock held more shares than the remaining events combined. Even if unlocking events were able to directly spark Bitcoin sell-offs, the worst is easily over, said the data shows. Yeah, that's definitely true. Are your Bitcoins really yours? Token recovery phase activated. You know what? We'll talk about these two articles a little bit more in depth a little bit later. I've already see we're at the 15-minute mark. I try to keep these videos as short as possible, so anybody have their notifications on, they can just get it pop and can watch it and then go on. So I'll just kind of make sure the next video is just, again, right around 15 minutes, and we'll go like that throughout the day. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later. A lot of stuff coming, so make sure you are subscribed, and take care, everybody.